All right, guys. I heard that disbursement is going on, and for those of you who have not received their own yet, I am saying, reassuring you that this money is available and disbursement will take place. And according to what they said they have money to disburse. That nobody should be afraid that it will get to every subscriber who partake in the registration process. So, guys, I want you to pay close attention to this and get the necessary things you need to get out of this. So, guys, subscribe to the update and see you in my next post, guys. And bye for now.
We know that the community is really heated up at the moment, and a lot of voice notes have begun to fly about concerning some branch that have said that they have nothing to do with UAAG disbursement. There are some that submitted NGO bodies, and they were meant to be screened and scrutinized, and some also say that currently there is no grant in the grant ecosystem. It's just a ruse. So, but in the middle of this, we are expecting to hear the country director to say one or two things. If truly come out and debunk this news, if they say possibly an organ is saying that there is no grant anywhere, and the country director say he has a mandate from the Lord, and that he has gotten a grant and is with the federal government. Another arm says that he has it in his custody, and a lot of things flying about. And Theobarth, Ambassador Newman, also came out at different times to ascertain the legitimacy of the grant. And Supreme, I don't want to believe that there is no grant anywhere. It's we are still back to the same status quo. That what is going on at the moment is they are playing some games and tricks on people, and it won't be fair for people to have waited for this long and they finally begin to hear that there's no grant anywhere, or whatever thing is happening is just a fluke. I don't want to believe that. So I want you to believe that there is grant. There is grant. Yes, there is grant. There's no two way about it. It is just the handlers that are trying to play on people's intelligence. Not on my intelligence, actually, because all my hope is not on this grant. We are here to disseminate information about the grant to us, but there is grant. Surely there is grant. So don't let anybody bamboozle you, or a kind of mess around with you like there's no grant anywhere. There is grant somewhere. It's just certain people are trying to sit on that thing, and we believe that God will make it too hot for them. I don't want to believe also that the country director of UAAG is so insensitive to the plight of the people to possibly hear. I know that whatever thing flies around, they will hear. Definitely, they will be hearing information as it's going on the social media, on YouTube, on Facebook, on every available media sources that people carry news. So definitely, I believe that the country director would have also heard about this, what is going on. And there's one organ like that, one name, I'm trying to remember the name, that is also trying to talk about there is nothing on UAG and all that. So, but I believe that there is grant. So let not your mind be off the process of saying there is no grant. No, there's nothing like that. There is grant. So in the middle of that, we have a voice note coming from Arinze, Israel, and it says that never listen to any side talks and discouraging voice note, that we have pursued and we have fought and we have conquered, and we are waiting for the victorious crown of wealth. And as the counting is going on, I beg your pardon, just 1 minute. All right, and as the counting is going on, I say to all that have endured until this very moment, that congratulations to you, for our God, the God of the poor, has actually remembered us. And you may not also understand my proverbial statement at different times, but for Hodef to come out a couple of days ago and also begin to congratulate the masses, that shows that there is something on the inside. And I want to add this also, it wasn't just Hodef that came out. Pastor Abasi Akpan or Obasi Okori or something like that also came out, and some of the voices that have been within the grand ecosystem who have been releasing certain voice notes and statements in the past, they were chipping in certain things a couple of weeks ago to show that there is something on the inside before the other arm came out and talk about one or two things that has to do with screening, and that those who weren't screened before, and why are people. Then Prophet Jonas also came out and also talk about those who are swindling people, and why are people afraid of being screened, and that if you know you're not hiding anything or skeleton in your cupboard, all the NGOs that you submitted, all the lists that you submitted, bring them up for screening. And you should not be against screening if your hands are clean. He was saying in one of his voice notes that people bring in a lot of things. Cow were counted, goats and all sorts of things that are immaterial, and they were also being enlisted in that list that was submitted to them. So, and they were asked to make themselves available for the screening, and some of them kicked against the process that they've done screening before, right? Some years ago, or I think last year or something like that, and then why should they come up again for under screening? And also, but the process should be transparent. And that's what the organ is fighting for. So it's not as if they are saying there is no grant, but that the process should be transparent. And if you know that there is no skeleton in your cupboard, come up for screening, because a whole lot of people are still coming up to say, okay, they have some other submissions and all that, when submissions have been ended with. So if you have submission, come up for screening. So that's what the organ is canvassing for. And that they are going to screen you out, and don't be offended in the process if you are screened out when you're supposed to be there in person. Come to Abuja for screening. There is grant, and the grant is going to be disbursed. So let nobody bamboozle you or clean up your thoughts after waiting for this long. Then they come to tell you the cock and bull story that there is no grant anywhere. I'm being honest with you. There is grant, both with UAAG and Theobarth and the empowerment program of Central Foundation. That one is also on board. Supreme also has something to deliver and to offer. All of these organs, is not as if there's no smoke without fire. So there is grant, and let your mind be at rest on this, and it will finally come to a conclusive end when we see that everything that people have waited for, it finally happens. It will be like a mystery, but it will happen. So put your minds together. Don't let any voice note begin to dampen your morale. After you have waited this long, then you begin to get sick and start carrying some unfounded stories about what is happening. I even read somewhere where somebody said, why didn't they tell us all this? Why did we have to wait this long? And they are now coming to say there's no grant anywhere. What a wasted time, wasted data, wasted and all that. No, there is grant. It is part of the hanky-panky game that we see in the ecosystem. So, but let your mind be at rest. A word is enough for the wise. This time around, put your minds together and don't let your expectation dwindle or wane. You are still that same very person that's going to receive your own money, your own fund as you waited. Your waiting season will not be smashed against you.